Okay.
This is the intro.
Plug the out.
Not even the album, the beat tape, but plug the beat tape. Hit him up.
Y'all can finally find the beat tape.
The maze. It's not I Saw the Vibe on Spotify. It's J Flex, but
yes, sir.
It's forever I Saw the Vibe.
But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new video, guys. We thank you guys so much for joining us today. And man, as you can see, different scenery, and I hope you guys really like it though.
Same room.
It's same room.
Same room.
So I just have different color walls. That's weird.
One
different color
one
wall.
different color. Like the wall we usually record on is right there.
It's right there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. If you guys want to stay up to date with us, subscribe. Hit the notification bell, like the video, and guys, we are updating us on TikTok now. If you want to watch us on TikTok, we got our little clips now. You can find all the little funny moments. Find me at Josh Flakes, no spaces, and you'll be able to see all the clips. If you don't want to watch 13 to 15 minute videos.
Exactly.
Today, we're gonna review the Black Widow movie.
Black Widow movie, and we're talking about
Black Widow movie. I've actually took notes for that movie. I went to go see it in theaters. It's my first time going back into theaters to see this movie, and as much as I really wanted to go back to theaters, I had an okay time. I would say that watching this movie was an okay time. The movie was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Woo!
But with that being said, there was a lot of missing steps within this movie.
But I will bring up every other missing step in every other MCU movie.
And that's fair. That's fair.
Exactly.
But like this one had
a lot more, is that what you're saying?
This is a more human movie, right? We're not talking aliens from another galaxy.
Agreed.
This one is like strictly based.
Strictly hands. Let's get into this. I want to hear your thought.
The first thing is I'm going to go over like the main characters of the movie, right?
Okay.
So, in terms of acting, Black Widow's sister, Yelena.
Fire, by the way.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good. She acted her role pretty good. I think whatever they gave her, she acted it pretty well.
Yep.
And her little sarcastic moments was okay. I didn't mind that at all. Red Guardian, I don't remember his name.
David Harbour.
I think he was okay for comedic effect.
I mean, but yeah, that's what he's there for.
Yeah. And
he was good though. I like.
I think he was good. I just think they just put him. They did my son dirty. They did him dirty with the story.
Okay.
The story was done dirty for Red Guardian.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So her mother.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
She's played by Rachel Weisz.
Right. She was average, if anything.
Really?
She didn't do anything that really like.
I think she played her role well.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was an average role, if anything. Like it was just
right. Hey man,
it was average, right?
That's
she was
the
just
story.
there.
So continue. We'll get to this.
Scarlett Johansson, absolutely poor.
Yo, I almost dropped my phone. Poor?
I think that for somebody who's acting in her own movie.
Nah.
Her own movie, bro.
I
think I don't even think it's her fault. I just think that whatever they gave her was just.
Yeah, continue.
It didn't feel like her movie after a while.
Really?
Yeah, it felt more like Elena's movie after a while. At some points. Like, it felt like we're not watching Black Widow.
This is her standalone movie.
Exactly.
Okay. She is not the only hero or heroine. She's one of like what? Technically 4? 4? She's one of 4. And you're saying, we all understand, and if you've watched the tier list, link it. Yeah, we're gonna throw it up. Head over in the description. We did a tier list of MCU movies. We both agree. Captain America: The Winter Soldier is one of the best, if not the best, non-Avengers MCU movie of all time.
Everyone acted their role really well in that movie.
Story was fire. I feel like why you said that is stemming from not her acting, but from the story of the movie. Do you think the story of Black Widow helped Scarlett Johansson at all?
Absolutely not.
Really?
There was nothing.
Wow. Okay.
There was nothing. Time skips. I'm not a big fan of time skips. All right, so from the beginning, right? I thought we were gonna get a grow-up movie of Natasha Romanoff, which is what everyone wanted.
You mean growing up?
Yes.
Okay.
We wanted that.
I agree.
That's what we wanted. We wanted to see her in the Red Room.
We wanted to see Budapest.
We wanted to see Budapest. Which
I agree.
Start off with them going young. They were with the mom and the dad.
Right.
Then they're on the run. I'm like, oh shit. First off, I really like the intros. I like the intro.
I like the
It was
intro.
cool until we got to the fact where a child was flying a plane. How could a child fly a plane, bro?
Okay. I wouldn't.
A small child out of... It was fight or flight. And she somehow flew the plane?
But you gotta understand, right? Spoiler alert for anyone that has not watched
Man,
it.
if you're actually watching this,
Yeah, we gotta
I'm
get into
so
it.
sorry.
Listen, alright. So the movie starts out nice, 4-person family in suburban America, some state. And then we find out that they're all Russian kind of spies, like undercover. And they're on the run from the law. Yada yada yada, stuff happens. They end up on this little plane, propeller plane. And they're on the way out. Somebody gets injured. The person that's supposed to fly gets injured. And then the little girl has to fly the plane. Now, all 4 of these people are undercover Russian operatives.
Mom gets shot.
Mom got shot.
Mom got shot, and I was like, okay, where are we going with this?
Okay. Dad is doing God knows what on the wing of the plane.
First off, I had no clue that when I saw him fling the truck, fling the barrel or whatever,
Yeah, I know what you're
I was
talking
like, yo, bro, who is this guy, bro?
Captain America, but Russian.
Because I went with Lisa, and I looked at it, I was like, did he just fling this shit? It was a cool intro, I guess. They make it to Cuba, was it? I think they were going to Cuba, where they meet the guy, whoever the guy, the leader.
Right, the guy, yeah.
The
We're
guy,
not going to talk about him.
I don't even want to talk about him yet, because I have some words for him.
Really? Okay, we'll get into it.
Yeah, so Natasha defends her sister.
Right.
We see her do that. Oh, I'm gonna kill. I will shoot one of you. Da 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 da.
Which is why I'm saying they're all 4 Russian spies. Why is she doing that?
And I was just like, okay, cool.
She's got to know something.
All right, cool.
Right.
Then we get into the intro, like the cutscene.
The cutscene, right?
That was fire. I ain't gonna lie, that touched my heart when I saw the scene. That was heat.
That was
deep.
I agree.
I'm not gonna lie, it was one of my favorite parts. Not for the wrong reason, right? But it was a heart-touching moment to the point I was just like, damn.
Where she's defending her sister.
No, the Red Room sequence where they were taking the girls and then they were showing like the different cutscenes.
Oh, while they're like roll like the intro credits kind of thing. Okay. I see
that was fire, bro.
That was good. Yeah,
that was fire. Agent Ross is a terrible agent.
Agent Ross.
Ross was the guy who was trying to find Natasha because she was on the run.
Oh, so right. White guy that introduced the Sokovia Across the Avengers. Okay, I get it, yeah.
So she makes a run to Norway.
Right.
Somehow slips through them.
I mean, she faked them out. They was in some...
they faked them out, which I was like, okay, cool, whatever.
She was on a
Gets
boat.
to Norway.
Exactly.
Contacts her friend, tells her I need somewhere. She stays in his VR.
I need to lay low. Exactly.
Yeah, stays in his VR. I'm like, okay, cool. Needs to get gas.
Generator goes...
Even though he said generator...
It's a bit,
It's a bit wacky. So I was just like...
Generator shits itself.
Vroom, vroom, vroom. She's driving this little buggy car.
Uh-huh.
Boom.
Okay, let's stop right here. You say boom. This is what I loved about the movie. For the first, 30 to 40 minutes, non-stop action. There was barely any time to rest.
Everyone's there, and then we just hear a missile just destroy the car.
That jump scared me, I won't lie.
It did. And then I was like, she's dead.
She's dead. She was dead, too.
Not a scratch.
Which is where the Marvel
bullshit comes in. Not a scratch.
It's just unrealistic at that point.
Exactly. I was just like, training cannot help you to do any of that.
Exactly, but it happens for a lot of MCU characters.
We finally see Taskmaster.
Okay, so this is an aspect of the movie that I agree with most people, and that Taskmaster's origin story, or their story in general, was kind of trash.
Yeah.
And I agree, because it's not the Taskmaster that everyone knows in the comics and yada yada. But at the same time, I try to give the argument, what villain or hero have we had where their story equally equates to the comics?
I just think that it needs to make sense, right? Mm-hmm. So there was this comment on this video which I was watching where they were like, they should have put Taskmaster to hunt Black Widow with Agent Ross. It would have made so much more sense to have him or her or him, whoever they were going to play as, hunt Scarlett.
Black Widow. Right.
And that would have been fire.
And I understand that.
That would have been great. You're getting a mercenary
to hunt
them. And I would have been like, you know what?
That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. You get a mercenary to try and get a super spy who you can't really find.
That you can't find. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think the character doesn't make sense because the child should have been dead.
Oh, I agree. Listen, okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, Taskmaster, not in the comics, this is in the movie, is a little girl. Natasha Romanoff, she's, at this point in time, what we're talking about, ex-KGB. She starts working for S.H.I.E.L.D. She's trying to make amends.
In this way, we didn't even see her plant the bomb.
Right, we didn't see it. She's just in a car like...
In her car like...
Oh, shit. Oh, there's a girl. There's a little girl. Fuck.
Just collateral damage. Sorry.
There's a little girl. Do we press the button? Just do it. And building blows up with little girl and said bad guy.
And somehow child survives.
Child survives? Also, child is the bad guy's daughter. Bro, this little girl's like 9 years old. First off, you missed your main target, and then the collateral damage wasn't collateral damage.
They weren't even collateral.
How do you fail collateral? I can understand missing the main target. You failed the collateral, dude. Yeah, his name is Dreykov, the bad guy. You know, you fail to kill him. You see the daughter before you blow up said bomb, and you're like, okay, collateral damage. Fuck it. It still don't work. So now, this sets up not necessarily a revenge story, though. I thought this would set up a Taskmaster and Dreykov revenge story against Widow. But that's just not the case. Because now, I'm about to go back to the part where car blows up and she's on the bridge, she takes with Phelps. Taskmaster
ain't even water.
She's not after Black Widow. She's after an Amazon box.
Yeah.
But it's an Amazon box with serums or vials.
The serums to make the girls
go back. Widows go back to their regular selves.
Yeah.
And these serums were sent by Black Widow's younger sister, Yelena, who went through the whole process like Widow, but stayed in it. And in all honesty, this is where I can agree with what you said about Yelena and her story, because I really liked her story.
I liked her story, but we didn't get anything for her story.
So, I'm gonna go comment.
So she's running on this fucking roof with her other widow
friend.
They're trying to catch this woman who has the Amazon Prime package
or
of
one
serums.
Of them. Exactly, yeah.
And
she succeeds in killing her.
She succeeds in killing her.
But before she's killed, she gets exposed to said serum. And it breaks her, whole training and mind,
Yeah, so she's just like, oh my god, what have I done?
Yeah, exactly. So she's like, okay, this vial can reset widows back to their original selves.
Yeah.
So she goes on the run from the other widow, and she's like,
makes it to Budapest somehow.
Everything, and makes it to Budapest. Can we agree that every fight scene in this movie was clean?
Yeah, okay. Fight scenes were clean.
Basically, if you don't know, the whole gimmick of Taskmaster is it's a mercenary that can mimic every move it sees. Basically, completely mimics Black Widow. I forget how Widow gets away by jumping into the river with the vials. Yeah. Anyways, Widow makes away with the vials, and she's on the run from not only Agent Ross, but now technically the Taskmaster because she has the vials.
Yeah.
All right. So
makes it to Budapest.
Right.
She's walking in. She's like, I know you're in there.
You're in there.
Which completely takes away all suspense. Which is the worst thing you could do in a spy thriller movie.
I agree.
She's like, oh, I know you're in there,
I agree.
The fight was cool. I just didn't like how Budapest was just compromised. Yeah, so that happens, and here starts the train of, you're an Avenger.
Right, okay.
Oh my god. Okay. Every single main character in this movie has somehow, you're an Avenger.
You're an Avenger. The main thing is, you left us. You made it out. None of us really want to be in this. Especially for Yelena. We're in this not of our own free will. You made it out. So, what did you go and become? An Avenger. The highest tier.
Exactly. I didn't mind that. That was cool. I was like, that whole thing makes sense.
So why don't you think everyone would harp on that?
Everybody else doesn't need to talk about that. She actually explained as to why you're an Avenger, and it made more sense.
I understand, but it doesn't make sense.
It just felt like, oh, let me just throw this in that you're an Avenger after a while. So Taskmaster is
on the hunt.
This just compromises the Red Room because they're supposed to be. No one's supposed to know who they are.
Actually, it's technically
2013, where everybody's still on social media, and you would take a video of what the hell is going on.
What is going on? Exactly.
And it could probably connect the dots.
The events of Black Widow, the main events, take place directly after the events of Civil War.
Yes.
Where Widow, Cap, all of them are on the run.
Literally all on the run. And we literally saw Captain America, like, I think Captain America and Falcon got caught, like, not too long after in Civil War.
But I like how at the end of the movie it did set up how Cap, Widow, and Falcon kind of, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
back.
They should have known that they were there. But again, compromises the entire Red Room, compromises
the
Widow's on the run story.
Yep.
And they somehow make it out alive. Then they ran to the train station. Taskmaster's still after them. They fake out Taskmaster.
He goes into the sewer and they're in a vent.
Cool.
In the subway.
Apparently, she's been in that sewer before
with Hawkeye. Okay, and then they go to the gas station, and then this is where Yelena and Widow start talking. This is where they start mentioning more of Widow being an Avenger and stuff.
Again,
Yelena makes the joke of Widow, you know, doing the pose.
The pose thing, which I love.
I love that.
I wasn't mad at that. I was like, okay, cool.
That was funny. This was the point where the movie started calming down.
Yes,
and this is why I say I love Black Widow for just the whole first 40 minutes, while being nonstop, hands and static. Still enough. Not that the story was good or anything. That was above and beyond. But you still understand what's going on in the story.
Yeah.
But still fast paced. Everything is. So I loved it. So they talk about, you know, how their lives were going at this moment, kind of. And they basically agree, all right, we're going to take down the Red Room together. However, we're going to need some help. So the black dude that keeps giving them, like, planes and shit.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
I don't know who he is, but they give him some, like, chopper. They make a plan, and they have to recruit 2 other people. Their old family. So first they go after Red Captain America. Basically
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian, right. There we go.
The Red Guardian.
The Russian Captain America. They have to pick him up. Now.
He's in jail.
In jail. Still with his powers, though.
Yeah.
He's still a super soldier. He's breaking people's wrists in this prison. And now, once again, Yelena, Widow, master spies. They can take down governments. They find their way, not into it, but they find their way to contact Guardian, and they're like, all right, we're busting you out. Now, in all fairness, this sequence wasn't one of my favorite.
Really?
With like the whole Red Guardian, like I feel like this part of the movie was more comedic.
Everybody's just outside,
bare people,
bro.
exactly.
Like the New York City
I didn't
birds
understand
that they were outside.
And now Red Guardian is hardcore parkouring his way up to a helicopter, and then Yelena has the brilliant idea of shooting down a freaking tower with an RPG,
bro.
And that's respect. That's badass. That causes an avalanche.
An avalanche.
Now this is where logic just goes out. Everything else is kind of like underground.
Yeah.
To some extent, but some exposed parts. There is an avalanche coming your way.
Everybody's still.
Why are we still running outside? Why? Why? And these guards are shooting up people. Avalanche is still falling. I never understood that.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. Swiftly move on. Now they're talking about flying to pick up the mom. And on the way flying, she's like, we don't have enough fuel. By St. Petersburg. Dad goes, nah, we do.
Man.
She goes, okay. Crash lands. Crash lands in the middle of God knows where, and they start walking to Mama's crib. I think Rachel Weisz played her role well. At this point in the movie, I think it was clear to understand what each character was going to give to the movie. Red Guardian was more of a comedic effect. Black Widow and Yelena both were serious and comedic, like they bounce, like they go either way, as main characters usually do.
Mom was just mom.
And mom was definitely more in a serious sense. They meet up with mom.
Yeah. All right, let's get straight to it. Yeah, they get to the dinner table.
Yeah.
The dinner table squabble was kind of funny, but also kind of just like
it starts off funny.
It starts off funny, and then it just
serious.
It's just like, okay, Elena's not having it because she really wants her family to be
really
her family.
Wanted a family, right?
That
don't work out.
That is just a terrible person at any type of situation with emotional feelings.
Yep.
Then the camera goes back into the room with Yelena and the dad. You know,
right.
They were trying to do the thing. Then they realize that, oh my God, there's like a whole bunch of niggas surrounding our crib right now. What is going on?
Right.
Then we see that they're just in there. Yelena goes outside. Bang bang. She gets
slapped. And that's respect.
Yeah. Realize that Black Widow was out. She's out on the ground.
Okay, and this is the twist I liked. Because, alright, so let me go back to the point of the dinner table. Yelena's hurt emotionally. Mm-hmm. And Red Guardian is not an emotional guy.
Yeah.
But he's trying to, like, cheer up Yelena, so he goes with her. Black Widow and the mom, tacticians, they start talking about how we gonna hash this out, how this gonna work. But we don't really see that until after. What we see in this moment is them reminiscing on the past and when Widow was a little girl and all that. We find out that the mom, out of all four of them, is the one most connected to the bad guy still. Out of the four, the most still in touch with it. Mm-hmm. So they start talking. House gets surrounded. Red Guardian goes down. Yelena eventually goes down. And we see the mom still alive.
Yeah.
And it seems like she's framed them.
And I was just like, oh, that's a nice twist.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, that's a nice twist.
Exactly. By the way, this next part. The red room is in the sky. It's floating.
Can we not just put it underground?
It's another helicarrier.
Yeah.
And basically the bad guy is away from the law. So, once again, here's the twist. Yelena, Widow, seemingly Widow, and Red Guardian are all taken captive. Mm-hmm. Widow and Red Guardian are put in cells, like jail cells. Yelena is taken to a room so they can brainwash her. Because she was a former agent, like about a day ago.
Yeah, they're gonna train her to be a widow again.
Yeah, just brainwash her again. And Mom, seemingly, is taken to the bad guy to talk.
Yeah.
We find out that the mom and Widow basically switch places. So now the mom is in the cell with Red Guardian.
Yes.
And Black Widow is facing her greatest enemy. So now a plan is in motion. Mom built these cells apparently, so she knows how to get out of them easily. So Red Guardian and her are basically set free. Mom also set up Yelena with like some crap on her sides so she can basically break free from that room. But this is the part where it's literally Black Widow versus bad guy. They start talking. We found out Taskmaster is Guy's daughter. This enemy, gangsta. So gangsta, he doesn't even send his one line of defense. Has Taskmaster by his side. And he don't even send her after Widow.
Right.
He sends it to clean up the rest of them that's going on outside. Why? The whole red room thing is so deep that apparently every Widow has a sense or pheromone thing that if they smell him, they can't attack him. I smell like myself. You can't punch me. And then she tries, but she basically can't attack him.
Can't do anything.
He starts rubbing it in. So now he's like, oh, I've got the whole world in my pocket. Like I got politicians in my pocket. Anything I say goes. I got widows that can take down governments out the ass. But Mom and Widow are tacticians.
Yeah.
But the mom was so intertwined with this whole red room thing and him, she knows the ins and outs. So she knows that every widow has a pheromone thing. So she tells Widow, and then Widow has to break the nerve. This was weird.
That was weird.
She bashes her head against the table twice, and apparently it works.
My head against the wall.
Breaks the pheromone thing. Dracoff is in a tough spot. Mm-hmm. But then Widow breaks through, and she's about to kill this kid. Let's be honest, she's about to wash him. But then every other Widow on the ship that was being trained comes to Dracoff's defense.
Had to be the wildest thing I've ever watched in cinema, right? For a while. Place just collapses
in the air.
Yeah.
Everybody's falling.
We run outside.
Yep.
Dracoff and his dudes, they're getting away. They help all the widows. They put the little Amazon Prime box.
Right, okay, so yeah, for anyone, we did skip over that. For anyone that don't
Natasha was getting her ass whooped from
by
the widows.
every widow.
There was at least 20 of them widows
about to
whooping her ass.
And then
Yelena comes in, bang,
straps a bomb to the vials.
Then everybody has to start running out. Dracoff's getting away in this
chopper. Getting away, exactly.
Chopper-esque kind of plane thing.
Right, yeah.
Yelena has a smart idea. She's gonna die for the cause.
She deserves, yes.
She's gonna die for the cause. So she sticks her katana. I think it's a katana.
Some type of
sword.
stick. Boom, boom, you shall not pass into the propeller of this helicopter. And I'm expecting her and this whole area to just, boom, go. And just flies back. It's just like a poof and fly. And I'm like,
yo. And Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
It's probably stunt double at this point. Fumes off that entire thing. And this had to be the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I like the build up. Everything was cool.
Yeah, everything was.
But you're free falling from at least 1 billion feet. And how are you not getting knocked out without even like... She didn't have the parachute on yet.
Somebody had a parachute.
She didn't have it on. She was already knocked out.
Right.
It was only until she free-falled all the way to her.
Right.
Which, by the way, one of the guards was shooting at her.
Yeah.
And the guard was also free-falling as well. While shooting. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
It's
free falls towards
movie
Yelena.
magic, bro. Movie magic.
Free falls towards Yelena. Has the time to put a parachute on
Yelena.
On the both of them to finally make it towards ground.
But while all this is going on, Taskmaster is fighting Red Guardian. Red Guardian is getting washed. Which is the thing I didn't like about his character. Like, but he was too much of just a comedic relief.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a little too much. It was
I wanted a bit more from him. No one really wins. They just get separated because the whole ship is falling apart. Red Guardian, the mom, they make it out in a jet. Every other widow on this thing also makes it out on a jet. Taskmaster is still alive.
But they know they should have brought this movie out
a while ago.
Because people were clamoring for this movie years ago. And it's their fault that they didn't bring out a totally complete movie that should have been fleshed out even more.
Easily. And
it just turned into an action movie that had a lot of plot points that weren't really taken care of. I can't even call it a spy movie anymore.
The post-credit scene sets us up for a lot. Yelena's getting recruited, and then Valentina's like, oh, how about you get the man that did this to Widow?
Yeah.
Shows Hawkeye.
So we're gonna
see that.
Maybe we'll get into Hawkeye. I don't know if they're gonna harken on that.
Scale of 1 to 10?
Scale of 1 to 10, where you going? Too many things bogs it down.
Yeah. I'll give it a 6.
Yeah, I'm around that. I thought you would have been higher.
If it wasn't for, I need to stop reaching for this pack of fries. If it wasn't for all the plot holes, probably an 8.
It could have been so much more.
Could have been so much better
if they just told a clear and concise story of Natasha Romanoff. Like, I really love her story about her getting out of the Red Room.
Yeah.
Doing what she has to do.
Exactly.
Changing her whole life.
That's cool.
For the better.
Right.
I'm on a 5.5, 6.
A 5.5. It definitely was flat at moments. I understand that.
But, yeah, that is our long-winded review of Black Widow. Thank you so much for joining us. If you disagree with me or him, leave your comments. Yeah. I love seeing people disagree. I love seeing people disagree. I love seeing hate comments as well, because then I can use it on TikTok.
Exactly.
And that just gets me views. Come on, guys. Sir. Leave more hate comments.
There are some future videos coming out. We'll get enough reactions. Don't worry. We'll get enough.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you want to keep up to date with us, keep that notification bell on, and subscribe for more content.
Yes, sir.
Also, keep up with the TikTok if you want to see more clips of us just saying really foolish stuff.
Stupidity.
And thank you so much for joining us again.
And I'm ending the recording now. Goodbye.